So in this video, we're going to cover everything I know about Costa Rica, how to travel here, how to get here, how to do it on a budget as little as $500–600 per person for a whole week. You cannot beat it. This episode is going to be jam-packed with information. Alright, so you might have found this video because you were looking up random things about coming to Costa Rica. And
there you go, you're good. Perfect.
You just want some questions answered. Well, I hope to answer those in this video before it starts to rain. And that's where I'll start, the weather. A lot of the places here, it's a rainforest. I'm actually on the beach. We're here in Tamarindo. You can see it's raining behind me. It's kind of raining now. Hopefully I can get this video done before it comes another downpour. But look, just know that there's a dry season, there's a wet season, but even in the dry season it rains, and even in the wet season it's dry. I've come in all the seasons, and it's always been mixed bag of weather. Also, more coastal is going to be more dry. If you're going into by the Volcano area and the rainforest, obviously, hello, it's the rainforest, so it's going to be a lot wetter. So prepare for that. Temperature-wise, it's always 70s and 80s. But yeah, so that's weather. How do I get here? So you can come here for as little as $500–600–700 per person for a whole week. I've done it. I've come here by myself for a week for $700. It's that cheap if you're smart. I got a little bit of condensation on my camera. Hang on a second. Okay, there we go. So there's two main airports, San Jose and Liberia. Depending on where you're going to go in Costa Rica, I always go to the Pacific area or the Volcano area. So I'm always flying into San Jose or Liberia. San Jose is going to be a lot cheaper. When I talk about prices, flights, I'm talking about from Houston, from Texas, Georgia, and Florida airports, but I've found flights for $175–200 before to San Jose. Liberia is a lot smaller, a lot less options of flights, so you're going to be looking at anywhere from $200 to $600–700. The current flight I'm on was a Southwest flight. It's actually free if you do the points hacking system, which I'll link the videos somewhere around here about how I fly pretty much everywhere for free with the points system. But if you're going to pay cash, that's about how much it's going to be cash. Now, once you get to San Jose and Liberia, you can rent a car. A lot of people do. I prefer not to rent a car. I get a shuttle service. It's a lot easier. I don't really drive much once I get to where I'm going anyway. You can get shuttle services from $25 if you do a group shuttle, $25 per person each way, and it can be up to $200 if you get a private shuttle. This current trip I'm on, it ended up being right around $45 per person in our group to get a shuttle there and back. So $45 round trip's not too bad. But that's how I get around the country. Once I get to like here in Tamarindo, you can actually rent golf carts, which you can get them from $40 up to $80–90 a day, depending on the golf cart or the UTV that you get. I like them. They're street legal. And I like to get that once I get to wherever I'm going. The town's not very big. You can walk everything in this town, but it is nice. Surfboards, groceries, and just commuting to have the golf cart. You can also rent scooters as well, but I don't know the prices of those. All right, so we went over weather. We went over lodging. Over traveling around here. Oh, they also have bird scooters that you can rent, but they're kind of pricey, and bicycles. But now let's go over lodging. They have a few hotels here like Best Western, which the Best Western is pretty nice. I've actually stayed there, as well as what's the other one? Wyndham. They have a very nice Wyndham, which you can kind of see it in the background. It actually overlooks the ocean, has a great pool. It's a really nice place. I've stayed at both. I've stayed at both for free with the point system again, but I've also paid cash. I've gotten the Best Western before for as little as $75 a night, and it's literally across the street from the water. So how much you spend and how little you spend is up to you. They even have hostels here, which I've stayed in hostels as well for $20–30 a night. Currently what we're in is we actually got a penthouse off of Airbnb, split between everybody in our group, which it sleeps 9 comfortably, 11 with the couches, but it was under $300 per person for 7 nights. So under $3,000 for a whole week penthouse, 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath. We got a hot tub jacuzzi up on our balcony. We got another hot tub downstairs and a pool downstairs, and also we're right here by the beach. We're in Playa Langosta, which is just off of Tamarindo. It's about a mile walk to Tamarindo. Oh man, this weather's getting bad. Hang on. And so yeah, you can also go ultra luxury if you want, but I would say if it's just you, you're going to look at paying around $100 to $150 a night at like a hotel or an Airbnb. But if you get a group, obviously you're going to get a better rate. And if it's like a couple or 2 couples, you can get a really nice Airbnb for, you know, fairly cheap. The 2 areas, I'm going to have to move because of the weather, but the 2 areas that I would suggest you looking at are downtown Tamarindo, right on the main road. There's only like 2 roads that go through there, so I would say go through the main road, somewhere right around there. There's 1 or 2 that are actual oceanfront. Most of the rest of them are across the street. So you got that, or coming to the Playa Langosta area. This is where there's a lot more condos, a couple of high rises, and I say high rise, we're looking at 6, 7 stories and stuff. It's a little bit quieter down here. There's a few restaurants and smaller bars. Tamarindo is going to have a lot more bars, a lot more restaurants, but again, I like it down here just because it's a little bit quieter from the hustle and bustle. Now when it comes to hustle and bustle, let's talk about that for a second. There's not really nightclubs, but there are quite a few bars. I'm not much of a drinker or go out to bars, so I can't speak too much about that, but they do have a pretty good nightlife scene. Nothing like Cancun or Miami or Tulum or anything of that nature, but they do have, you know, this is a surf town, so they do have some bars. They do have multiple restaurants. Pricing, unfortunately, since this area has become a lot more popular, prices have gone up. I used to be able to come here and, you know, get a nice meal with a drink and an appetizer for under $20. Now, if you're going to get a drink and an appetizer, it's probably going to be $30 to $40 a person, which isn't really that bad. But if you're a budget traveler like me, and you're spoiled with South America, where you can eat like a king for $20 a day, it is kind of disappointing. You can also buy your groceries. Speaking of which, they have grocery stores here. No Walmarts or Winn-Dixie's, but they do have lots of corner markets and 1 or 2 bigger markets in each town. So you can always go to the grocery store. They have everything: fruits, vegetables, meats, liquors, all of your snacks and such like that. Prices are, they tend to be a little bit more for the groceries than in the United States. Maybe just a little bit more, 20-30% more. But then again, if you get store brand things, the prices are relatively the same in the States. But restaurant wise, you know, we went to a nice Italian restaurant the other night, and it was around $20 a plate, and then obviously wines and such. You got to factor that in. All right, so now we covered food, we covered lodging. Let's see, excursions. So what is there to do here in Tamarindo? Well, Tamarindo, you can do all of your ocean excursions. We did a sunset cruise, which I'm going to have a video somewhere. I'll link it right here. We did an afternoon cruise, I guess you could say, catamaran cruise. It was a lot of fun, maybe 20 or 30 people on it. It included open bar, a lunch or dinner, whatever you want to call that. It was around $90 a person, and it was a 4.5 to 5 hour excursion. I actually used Get My Guide, which I'll link that. They actually were cheaper than Viator or TripAdvisor or even the actual company's website. I'm a budget friendly person, so I searched all of them, and I actually got it through Get My Guide for $90 a person. So yeah, use my link. It would help me out a little bit. They do you know, throw me some tidbits there. But again, you can look for yourself. It's usually usually a little bit cheaper to go with Get Your Guide than these other ones. They have scuba diving here, which unfortunately I wasn't able to do because of the weather and the conditions of the seas, but they have fishing, a lot of mahi-mahi fishing here. The fishing ranges from $380 for a 4-hour up to about $2,000 for a full day billfish in deep water. So just do your homework on that. They have zip lining tours here from this location, ATV horseback riding on the beach. They also have day trips to the volcano. If you're only going to come to Tamarindo, you can do a day trip to the volcano, and those range anywhere from $90 to $200, but they're full day excursions, and they include things like canyoning, rappelling, zip lining, food, mud baths. All those can be day trips to the volcano. But back here in Tamarindo and other coastal areas, those are the main excursions that you have, and obviously surfing. If you are new to surfing, this is a great spot to come to. Beginner friendly waves. There's also places that you can go once you're not a beginner, like Playa Langosta at the river mouth here is better for more intermediate advanced surfers, but in the cove it really doesn't matter how big the waves are. There's going to be a spot for everybody to learn. There's tons of surf schools, which we got the main ones. It's like Witches Rock Surf School, Iguana Surf School. Though they have big packages that you can buy. If you just want them to do everything for you, you can pay for that and do that. But if you want to come here and just rent a board, I rented a board. It was $80 for a 6-8 board for the whole week, so not that bad. If you just want to rent a board for 4 or 5 hours, it's like $6-7 bucks, and you can do that at tons of surf shops. All across the main roads, there's tons of surf shops. You can get surfboards, surf lessons, and then do surf trips. They do day trips to Witches Rock, which is a very popular spot if you don't know, but it is a full day trip, and that ranges around $150 to $200 per person for that. So let's see, we went over the lodging. Oh, money. So most places here take American dollar. You can do the exchange if you want into the Costa Rican colono or whatever it's called, but almost everybody down here takes the dollar or Venmo. Venmo is very popular here. Even our restaurant last night took cash or Venmo. So money-wise, you can do that, US dollar or Venmo, or you can do exchange your money. I like to travel with cash personally. I use my credit card. If you're going out of town with your credit card, give them a call and let them know, hey, I'm going out of the country with my credit card. That way they don't put a hold on your card for suspicious activity. Let's see what else. So we got how to get here, the food, all your traditional food things. I like tacos when I'm down here, so a lot of taco places, a lot of chicken and rice places, but they also have like a Mediterranean spot, an Italian spot. All the food that you could want, you have down here. Or if, like I said, you want to go to the grocery store, you can do that. We got here by shuttle. I recommend a shuttle. I don't like riding in other countries. You can also get that on Get Your Guide as well. Oh, let's talk about if you want to go to the volcano. So if you want to go to the volcano and not much of a beach person, it's great. They have luxury places there that are like spa, resort, like relaxing, hiking at the volcano, areas there. They range for about $75 to $200 a night per person, just depending on if you're going to get a hotel or go to like a B&B. But there's lots of hiking. There's some rafting there that you can do. So if I was to make an itinerary for me personally, I just wanted to go to Costa Rica and experience it all. I think for me, 2 to 3 days here at the coast is great, and then 2 days at the volcano is great for me. That way I can surf here, I can do zip lines, I can go fishing or scuba diving as well. So I got my 2 or 3 days to do that. Then if I want to go do my hiking and my spa treatments and such, I can also go do that at the volcano. I'm not the biggest hiker, but it is pretty. I also get to experience the rainforest, go on a nature excursion. They have a lot of those in the rainforest, lots of all the birds and the howler monkeys and the sloths, all that kind of stuff is more so at the volcano. There are monkeys here in Tamarindo. You hear them, they howl, they're loud. I'm surprised we haven't heard one here. There's some parrots in the background. But yeah, if I was to do a like 5-night, I would do 2 or 3 nights here in Tamarindo or at the beach, and then 2 nights at the volcano personally, and that's enough time for me. But everybody's a little bit different. So let's see, I think I narrowed down everything that everybody's already asked me. So I hope that helps. If you have any more questions, please feel free to drop a comment down below and I'll answer that, or hit my Instagram up. And again, if you could use my my links that I put, that'd be great. Also, if you want to know more about how I travel for free, because you could literally come here with a free flight. Oh, did you hear that? Howler monkey. You can come here for the free flight and free lodging if you do the points hacking that I do, which is free. A lot of people charge you for that. I don't charge. I just ask that if you use my tips and tricks, just use my links. Also, you can drop me a DM or a comment below, and I'll be glad to help you get set up so you can actually do for free. And then all you're paying for is, like, you know, your food. So anyway, I hope that helps. Please hit that subscribe button and follow along for more travel hack videos on how to travel the world for free or cheap, whatever. You know what I mean. Later.